Hey, people! You're right, Outlaw. Hello, Ronick. It's lovely to see you as always. Don't mind the emojis. That'll be our new chat mod. Nikora-chan. Say hi.
Hey, Cranky.
Cranky Wombat. How you do, buddy? Seriously, Nick,
Cranky.
say hi so I don't sound like a crazy person. That'd be awesome. Hello. Hello. She's all quiet and shy.
Oh.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna, if you're going to read what these guys are saying, it's going to be really, really important that I hear you.
Alright, dog, fine. You can have the bowl.
Of course, we've got Wild Frenzy here. Say hi, buddy.
Hello.
And we're joined by the one, the only, the myth. You twat. You're talking in the chat, huh? I'm alive. And we're joined today by a new person to my friends list. This is Lousy. Feel free to say hi and remain quiet for the rest of the stream if that's what you want to do it, buddy.
Sounds good to me.
Nick, you don't get that privilege. You're going to have to talk.
Yes, yes.
There she be. Say hi, Nick.
Hi.
There she be. That's my girl. Let's start this up then. Boo! I will warn chat that, yes, you've got Nikki and Myth as new moderators, but you need to remember that Myth is now a moderator, so if shit goes wrong, you know where to look. There are other moderators to fix those issues, however.
I am not responsible for my own actions.
No. No one could ever blame you for that, buddy.
Now, is the little man inside your head controlling everything?
So yeah, we're going to celebrate EA Play to give and claim your free bonus reward. I'm going to do that. It's an expert pack, so let's not get too excited, but I have saved it for the stream. It's a good cause. I mean,
What?
EA, BioWare aren't shelling out for us. You are only getting an expert pack, but what they are shelling out on, they're giving away like $1 million to loads of charities that are out there to try and build equality and anti-bullying online. So they're just trying to make the internet a better experience for everybody. I believe they're the United Nations He for She. They've got the Pacer Center and Ditch the Label. So they're all getting like $1 million off EA and BioWare. So we'll forgive them for just giving us an expert pack, but let's have a look what's inside.
Where did you get that?
It should be in your pack list, not your reward list, which is surprising because it's called the reward pack, but no, it's just in the normal pack listing. Sniper Rifle Rail Amp 1, a Cobra RPG, Ammo Capacity 1, a Revive pack, and Ammo pack. Thank you for that, BioWare. It means so much. As you can see, we've got the Kineticist though, which does mean a lot. That's I've saved some Apex missions, but mainly the important one here, we've got the Remnant Ruins that we're going much deeper into now. So go ahead and
I
start
got
that
another
up.
piranha upgrades in the pack.
Ooh, you got a piranha upgrade in yours? Are you fucking kidding me?
So lol.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I could see that was a troll just from...
Just because it's him. I'm only disappointed in myself, really. Okay, let's get some goodies on. When he disruptor
Who
falls.
is feeding the mic?
I'm not entirely sure.
What happens when you talk, Bwnci?
When I talk.
Oh, no, it stopped.
Ah, see? Shit you know little of. Let's go with a power efficiency.
It's Lozzy, I think.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, sort it out now.
Cheers, buddy. I will go with a 2, I think. And once we get Frenzy in here, we'll take a look at the... oh, the map's actually called Remnant Location now, I see.
I actually didn't notice it had been the name had been changed. It is basically the same mission that was running last week. It's just on gold now, not silver.
In fact, I'm thinking I won't be able to give the best show of this character on this map, but screw it. You know,
and on these enemies.
Yeah. Do I want to save it to give her a better show?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's play somebody else for the first game.
Probably better against maybe Kett.
Yeah. Yeah, Kett definitely. Allow for the most mechanics to be used. That's for sure. But we'll definitely talk. We'll talk. I think I'm not so angry with the kind of health bars you see in the Remnant, but the Outlaw. We'll talk about them when they come along because I think we're in agreement there. I think I will bring you guys the new Krogan. Well, my new Krogan. They haven't changed. Well, they have changed the Krogan, but not recently. They completely nerfed his shields, which is crazy because now he doesn't tank. Well, he tanks as much as this guy here, the Solarian Architect, which is questionable. Oops. Right. Okay. I think I will go ahead and weapon up, and I will tank it up. And when you're ready, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and hit ready. Check out the Remnant Ruins. Now, I was wondering if this was going to be a different Remnant location than the one they did last week, but on a lower difficulty. Apparently, it's the same one. So I'm guessing this is where the map is going. There's some real promise here, though, that I am excited about. Not so much the map as in its current state, but definitely what the ideas it gets across. But, you know, I'll show you as it happens, if you haven't already checked it out yourself. I know gold is still scaring some people off, so if you're wondering, this is what it's like.
Well, they should have already seen it last week and the week
They
before.
should have, but, you know, God forbid somebody's busy on the weekend, eh? Yeah, so this is the Krogan. On account of his shields and health getting, you know, crappy, I've switched him over from a melee build to just a tanky weapons build. So, as you can see, first off, they've added foliage to the map, which you can make what you like of. And then they extended the corridor, which is, you know, it's a thing. I'm going to go ahead and shock these guys and blow them up. And they've added ramps, which the enemy may use if you do. Otherwise, they do their typical hide off the corners of the map thing. And I'll tell you, when I played this last week, I was actually furious. It's like, this is how you've extended it? You've just extended the corridor? No, there's what's actually quite cool is that this map will continue to expand and change, which I think is really awesome, because the idea of having dynamic maps... What the hell was that? I just saw somebody, like, float dead past me then. No, the idea of dynamic maps for this game is awesome. I absolutely love that concept and would welcome more of that. Because they could just, like, build real nice refined challenges per room. And if the rooms weren't, like, set in stone, so you don't know which rooms are going to open up to you during the game, and, you know, special rooms could be, like, dedicated to certain objectives to just spice things up. Like, you could have a real upload room or a real kind of target room, just so that, you know, just to mix things up based on, you know, the current enemy mechanics and the bestiary and stuff. I think that's a really cool idea, and I hope they would find the time to maybe put something like that together. That isn't so much the case here, but it is kind of cool. So as you can see, we just beat wave 1. It's still all kind of shut up, but keep an eye on the door.
Not yet.
It's not yet? Is it next wave, is it? Or are you just trolling?
Wait for it.
They see me trolling. They're hating. Is it wave 3?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, okay. Getting ahead of myself. So yeah, when you have the first 2 waves of this, you're like, oh my god, they've done nothing. You know, they've added nothing, but no, they did. It keeps going. Just keeps you on your toes. Unlike the enemy that I can't find right now. Zap. So fortification here that I use, as you can see, for stunning and priming the enemy is actually got a nice range to it. It's really good. You can definitely jump into a group of enemies, stun them, charge them, blow them up. The combo, the power combo doesn't apparently seem to be very strong, but it's definitely enough to give you some much needed crowd control and damage. Still, of course, you can just use charge to get around the map and close in on your enemy. Definitely want to be doing that. Having a hard time finding them myself, as you can see. Zap. Bang.
Okay.
And the recharge speed on fortification is really cool. I mean, I did have this on my melee build. But the only thing I've really changed is that now I don't melee the enemy afterwards. I just, like, shoot them up. Go get them.
Going back to your original Krogan.
The melee? Oh, no, I see what you're saying. The ME3 one. Yeah, essentially. Yeah. That's definitely the route we're going, except now he does a cool thing. He's doing what I wanted Barrier to be able to do, actually. It's prime combos on protected enemies. Oh, my God. So here we are. Now the map starts opening up and we got our first objective. As you can see, it's another just open room, really. Doesn't add a whole lot, but it's getting there. I just like the idea of a map opening up and becoming more dynamic as it goes along, really. No, I charged the wrong enemy. Oh, oh. No shield. Don't worry, dude. You're bionic. You'll get them back.
You don't need shields. You got a ton of health.
Yeah, yeah. Especially your shields now. Don't need them. They are obsolete. Yeah, so as you can see, it looks like there's a lot going on in the background. You can't go there. You're going to get your out of bounds stuff here, and it's going to reset you real sharpish. But you can't even... actually, you can jump down the little rim here and run a circle if you feel the need. You just can't go past the glowy. Fortification does prime armor. There you go. And if he's got his defense down, he does actually get stunned nice for you. So now I believe the map continues to grow again. Look, so they've opened up. That closes up. No going back. And this one opens up. So now we're over here. And this idea is cool. And this is the best room in the Remnant location, honestly. This one's got the most going for it.
Guys, I'm lost. Where's the bathroom?
Since when have you ever made it back to the bathroom?
It's over in that middle bit with that big robot.
Yeah, head right into the mall.
That does look like a shithole, yeah.
So yeah, it's still not the greatest map of all time, but it's... The idea behind it, I think, is fantastic. You might be saying, oh, what about all these corridors? Well, I'll show you. That's what these corridors are about. Denied.
Well,
maybe it'll continue to expand, but it's not doing that right now. Cut combo. Honestly, if this is the room they should have started the Remnant Ruins in. Honestly. As a standalone room, this one's the best.
Yeah, but this is an end location. You can spawn in on this end location.
See, now this is what me and Myth were talking about a couple of days ago. Actually, it's like because I've got my issues with this as far as just designing this game for Horde mode goes. And as Myth has said, it's like, oh, once you get into the single player, this will make a lot more sense to you. And my quarrel with that is like, if you're gonna take something from the that's so embedded in the single player campaign and port it over to the multiplayer change, you need to change it. You can't just do a straightforward port because this isn't how the single player plays at all. So. Yeah, I get it that this might mean something to those who are familiar with the campaign, but as far as this is the multiplayer experience, it is a separate experience. Yeah, there's some connecting things there, but ultimately this ought to be just a standalone and strong and work for a Horde mode situation. This room essentially is just 2 floors with stepping stones in the middle. not the greatest.
Well,
This would work for arena play more than horde mode.
The architecture of the ruins definitely give room for some.
I think. Yeah, they could definitely take these assets and just and build a new room from it, and I think they should, honestly, rather than just try and port something over from the single player. But no, I would love to see some dynamic maps, and that's not to say I want all maps dynamic. I think definitely it would be good to have a mix, honestly. That would just be great if some maps were like this, where they would just... I guess this is like the Dragon Age multiplayer, which I know scares a lot of people away, but Myth had plenty of fun with that. So, there's potential there if it's properly, worked on.
Yeah, it's the dynamic maps, the point A to B to C to D progress on Dragon Age Multiplayer was one of the better features. I mean,
yeah.
Of course, all the bugs and...
It's not a bad idea, just maybe badly executed, So, I mean, I say that completely blind. I know a lot of people weren't happy with Dragon Age's multiplayer, but Myth managed to make the most out of it.
Yeah, I was one of the people who
No,
wasn't happy
not
with
even
the
most. Absolutely not the most.
Really, you clocked in a good few fucking hours on that
Yeah,
thing.
but I mean, it was on the 360, and there's no way you could get the most out of it on 360.
Oh, right, okay.
No, that's true.
Deeply regretted getting it on 360. And swore never to buy a downgraded version of a game again, because it's just not a good experience.
Yeah, that's what worries me about this new generation of consoles, and I also hate the fact that the enemy can just like fuck you from when they're off the map. It's not cool. Is that another one behind him? Yeah. Eat up. But yeah, so what you could... This could just allow for like a dungeon crawling experience in Mass Effect, which I think with the mechanics that exist in the game currently, that's totally something that would work great, honestly, and I'd love to see more of it. Just put that in the idea bin, BioWare, because... Based on some new weapons you've added to the game, I'm thinking the idea bin's running a little fucking dry. Let's let's do a little talking about our new gold weapons, hey? We've now basically got all the uncommons to unlock all over again, but with the word S connected to them and they've been painted black.
Shenanigans, that's what the S stands for.
Yeah, the shenanigans maybe. It's not good. That shows a worrying lack of ideas this early in the game, honestly. You're going to just port over... and I'm not even saying that the guns are bad, because I haven't had a chance to really play with them. I got them all at like level 1 right now. The fact is that they are just the guns we've already got black with some new stats. Now, if you're going to introduce guns that are just the same as we've already got with like superior stats, what you do is just make other guns obsolete. That doesn't add to the game. That just switches it up.
Yeah, but these guns were pretty much already obsolete. For
the Charger wasn't.
Level players.
And the Predator's pretty good since the buff.
One exceptions.
But it's just like right now, if you're just going to bring in the same gun again, but give it with better stats, you're basically giving people no reason to play the other guns. It's like...
well, actually, the gun challenges are tied in with each other. So the edge weapons unlock the challenge points for the normal ones.
Yeah,
well, that's if anything, that's encouraging you more to not use the new old weapons.
Replacement. Yeah, they're the replacement. They're the buffed version, which
I would rather just more material. There's too many guns that function the same right now, and if all the guns start to function the same, what the game's going to become is basically a numbers game, like Mass Effect 1. Think of the Mass Effect 1 library of weapons. Who used old weapons that you got at the beginning of the game? You didn't. You got guns with better stats, and that's all you used, and the old ones became obsolete. Now, this should be a more richer experience. There should be a reason to pick up other weapons. I'm not saying all weapons need to be incredible. There is a fucking rating system, after all, just to give you a sense of progress. But at the same time, there really ought to be... Once you get to the gold weapons, I would say, and even certain uncommons to a degree... There ought to be a reason to play them over other weapons, whether they bring superior crowd control, amazing damage, good for priming, there's stuff like you got in Mass Effect 3. That's what shocks me, the fact that there's still like a ton of guns from ME3 that they could recycle if they really, really were strapped for ideas, but they decided, no, we're just going to recycle the guns that are in the game, which it worries me, honestly. It sends quite a negative message. I mean, what's chat's thoughts and views on the S weapons? Any of you got them at 10 and played with them? What do you think? Nikki will relate your messages on to me. Well, S. We're in this together, guys. But yeah, the Remnant Location, not the best map still, but great idea for maps in Andromeda. Do you guys agree?
Better than Icebreaker.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys agree?
Like partly, because the drawback of this system in Dragon Age was that the maps took a lot of programming and creating, so that's going to take up a lot of their time if they focus on regular maps like this, which will be worth it if they have a good team working on it, but now they have a skeleton crew and it's just...
That's what scares me. The fact that we got this smaller team.
It will just not create enough content if they take it into this direction.
Yeah, that does worry me because, like I said, they've shrunk the team massively, and now the new content we get is S weapons. It's like that's ringing some alarm bells for me. But it's like, yeah, it's definitely going to take some time and investment because that's going to be, those maps would need to be coded, and coding can be a real pain in the ass. I get that, but it'd be worth it. If you want to give this game life, you need content. So, what's the multiplayer team doing other than providing content and, you know, balancing the game to make everything viable? But yeah, sorry, let's take a look at the build.
Weaver's just brought up a good point.
What's that?
One of the trailers before the game was launched showed the Riga Carbine and the Bloodpack Punisher, or what looked like the Bloodpack Punisher.
Right.
But they haven't been released into the game at all. Well, you've got the Riga Carbine.
I was about to say, isn't the Riga in the single player?
Punisher.
I mean, yeah, stuff like the Bloodpack is fun. I mean, yes, it's another hit scan. Well, we'll call it a pistol. But because it's got that mechanic to it with the armor-piercing round, it basically made you had to strategize around the gun to get the most out of it, and that was interesting. That was that gave players a real time and investment on what they were doing in the game. I think and that's cool. It's just stuff like that. Right now, we just got a lot of guns that just do varying amounts of damage, and I'd like to see more dynamics, honestly. But here's the build for the Krogan now. I've biotic charge is the same as it always was. I've gone with the radius here so I can knock back multiple enemies when I charge in, stop me from getting completely surrounded when I'm attacking particular enemies. Got the gun and melee damage now, mainly for the gun damage, and I go with this, the damage resistance and the full shields, and it adds damage to charge, which I don't really care about, but I do like that damage resistance and the full shields every time you do it. Fortify is the same, honestly. I've gone with the damage resistance. I've gone with this one that gives me extra accuracy and stability. That is the melee damage, but it's mainly about the accuracy and stability at this point. And then I go with this one, the explosion. So if I take off my fortification, it explodes into an area which stuns and primes the enemy for a combos, which I can detonate with biotic charge, so there's even more crowd control, allowing this Krogan to tank like he was meant to. For Apex training, I've gone with the weapon damage, I've gone with the headshot damage, and then for the final evolution, I will be going with the weapon accuracy and stability. And then for Rage, now it's all health. No more melee damage for this guy. He's got max health and shields, he's got health regeneration to max, and the delay on his health and shield regeneration, and this bad boy here, Rage mode triggers when he goes down to a third of his health, so that's when that happens, I get full health and shields eventually. Although, Wild, you were saying in the recent BioWare stream, they are talking about looking into Rage mode, because that's just something that definitely needs more of an impact in the game. The Krogan aren't tanks, and they really ought to be.
No, yeah, they're so squishy. Squishy and Krogan should never go together unless the Krogan is calling something squishy.
It's just like, even for people who aren't fans of the lore of the game and stuff, it's all about conveyance. When you look at the Krogan, does he look like a guy who should go down easy? He doesn't, right?
Well, I mean, it's probably his experience, because he's wearing all this armor to try not to go down.
Don't compensate. All right, then. Now let's check out the Kineticist. There you are.
I don't know, man. You do look like Corian.
That was one of those
big space
renegade
suit.
chats in the Tachanka mission, wasn't it? Where there was that one Krogan that was too scared to go back to his clan, and you basically, what are you going to do? Just snivel and cry like a Quarian? If you do that when Tally's with you, she's like, I'm standing right here. All right then, let's get some ammo. Power. Efficiency, silver should do. Should more than do. Were there any more gold apexes? No, it's a silver and bronze. We might slip one of them in at the end of the stream if we got good time. Right now, I guess we'll go 0 Kett. Skadoosh.
In that case.
So Ronix guessing that maybe they're holding back all that scene footage for... Hello, Mythsdog. They're holding back some of that stuff you've seen in footage for DLCs.
Possibly.
There's no gonna be DLCs. Everything is gonna be released in small.
No, you know, they're thinking maybe paid DLC. So maybe all that stuff you saw will be single-player content only. Seems unlikely.
Okay.
I think if it gets released into the single player, it'll probably...
DLC, the last mission had actually a reference to the Corian arc.
Yeah, I have heard about that.
But you know, instead of them giving us this story that they create with the Apex mission, you have to go and look it up yourself, which is kind of like lazy if you can just do a pop-up screen.
We know they love their pop-up screens. I just realised that I've made a terrible decision here. I've put power efficiency on rather than a cyclonic modulator. Whoops. All right then. Never mind. Cyclonic modulator would definitely be ideal for this character.
Secure this position.
Oh, it's nice to move fast again. So yeah, we got pull and throw on this chick, which is pretty fun. If you know, one of your teammates doesn't fuck you. Thanks, Wild. Alright, let's try that again. So yeah, when you're dealing with your normal characters, you can pull them, you can throw it, or not. I guess I'll lance you instead. You can pull them, you can throw them, they'll explode. Can't go wrong.
Yo.
When you're dealing with your protected enemies and you're going to have to do a little bit of gunning, that's when you want to try to strip their defenses with your ammo. And then you can actually weaponize any enemy you pick up. Go old school on that guy. So yeah, if you grab an enemy you've got primed with elemental... Oh my god, stop going through shit. How annoying. So yeah, if you pick up an enemy, and this is by holding them with pull, by the way. If you pick them up when they're primed for a combo and chuck them, they are just a throwable power combo, which is absolutely awesome. I mean, of course, an easy way to kill enemies is to just throw them off the map, which Wild's a big fan of. Bang. And, you know, pull and throw are such a quick regenning powers that they're great for just quick combos like that, just quickly doing pull and throw. And one thing you've got to keep an eye out for this character, see this tiny bit of static here? Really could use this showing out more, but if you hold melee, yes, you can hold melee and get a different functionality. Who would have thought? You can go into this thing called Ascension Mode, which is, you know, you might be familiar with something like this with the Awakened Collector, but this is so much better than the Awakened Collector's Ascension Mode. So basically, this makes sure that you no longer have to have a recharge speed for your powers, and they now just use shields instead. This is awesome, because now you are just a combo machine with her. Of course, as soon as your shields drop, your Ascension Mode's gone, and then you basically have to go out and get a bunch of kills before you can go into it again. By default, it is 6, but with this build, it is 3. My only quarrel with Ascension mode is that I can't see it when it's ready to go. So I kind of just at the moment do it in between waves.
Well, it's every 3 kills. I mean, that doesn't take long.
You would think, but the way they register kills sometimes, it's like I can swear I've just made 3 murders and then the game still doesn't let me go into Ascension mode. It kind of leaves me guessing. Yeah, that's done. Bang. Boom. See? I can pick him up again, blow him up again. And he's just gone, isn't he? See ya. Bang. Yeah, so she's fun. Also, particularly fun, I was about to do it until I ruined it, honestly. You can pick up those elemental canisters and lob them for power combos as well. Doesn't do the same damage as detonating them, I will tell you that, because one thing I have noticed is if you just go up and shoot a canister that's next to an enemy, that normally murders them, but whereas if you throw it at them, they take damage. They don't die. She's a fun character, though. I really do like the inclusion of this one. You wouldn't think that pull and throw would be anything special, but I think the use of Ascension mode and the extra mechanics of pull and throw together definitely adds something that I wouldn't have ever have pieced together myself. So a pat on the back for BioWare here.
My biggest issue with her is Lance, to be honest.
Yeah, they seem to love Lance.
Lance is not as bad as it was in the beginning, but it's
nothing special. Yeah, I know what you're saying, dude.
It's nothing special unless you have a character that can go shield powered Lance.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
yes, she does shield powered Lance, but not with the detonations that that does.
Oh yeah, she'll never be able to keep up with that strategy. So, oh, I'm getting sinkled.
Oh, kill. Kill some more dudes.
Do it. There you go. I see you, baby. Glowing your ass. So here we have a die. I'm going to pick him up. No, I'm not, because he's invisible, and he will not become visible again. I mean, me and Myth are just like, what? They should just drop their cloak as soon as they shoot. That's pretty fair. I don't mind. I would actually have no quarrel. There, see, I just threw a tech combo at that guy because I primed him and then grabbed him and threw him. But it's like, I would have no quarrel with the amount of bloody, like, invisible enemies if they didn't stay invisible for so bastard long. This is why it's ridiculous, honestly. If they all broke cloak the moment they attacked, there really wouldn't be an issue here. And also, I want to give credit to BioWare for, because there's not enough of it in the game, and there really ought to be more, if you ask me, is that the actual setup of the powers here actually really work with, well, at least with the console controls. See, I've killed 3 people, but it won't let me fucking go into Ascension mode. At least it seemed like I did. Yeah, so you press L1 to pull an enemy, and if you hold L1 if you want to hold onto that enemy, and then if you want to throw them, you just tap R1, and then it becomes an L1-R1 combination, and you throw in. That's smart. You know, that's intelligent design. I like it. There ought to be more of it. Bang.
Honestly, I think they just happened to come across this.
you're not going to give them that credit, huh?
I mean, if there was proof that, you know, that it was something that they considered more throughout the game, then yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. There isn't. I can't think of another example that really does that.
I mean, there's only 2.
Okay, that's a fiend. Hello.
2
watch out.
powers in the game, and that is pull and that is overload.
Mm.
And overload is always on the L1.
Yeah, that's true. Really ought not to be. Right, come here, you.
Go away.
Combo. Now, okay, here's a fucking mechanics issue. For no reason at all, and annoyingly frequently, when you do the pull throw, or at least when you're throwing a pulled target, they don't move forward. They just have immense air resistance and just, like, come to a grinding stop in front of you. It's fucking infuriating, because there's no reason for it. And that's something I can't give you a workaround of. That's just something you've got to be aware of, because it just happens for no reason. They don't actually need to be caught on anything. They just sometimes get stuck, and it's super annoying. Not unlike this fiend. Bang. Unfortunately, you don't get free biotic combos just for pulling and throwing a guy. It has to be elemental. Are you gonna can I prime you without that killing you? No, apparently. Let's go the old-fashioned way. We still kill the old way. Oh. Ow, 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 ow. Come on, just die, dude. There you go.
Go get him.
Bang. Super fun character, though. I really do like her. Come on. Let's see the glowy. Turn it around, baby. Or just stand there confused if you like. That works too. I've never seen such a gormless looking kineticist. Glowy? Me? Where? Bang. Combos forever.
To be fair, you ask every kineticist you ever encounter in every match to stand there and glow her ass for you, so...
I do it because Nick loves it.
Kind of tired for... Ah!
So is the chat not talking, Nick, or is that just you, babe?
Not much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not.
I got you, babe. Burp, 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 burp. Liking this singularity. Wow. Cover your brain. Yeah, get used to that fucking statement. She loves to say that.
Well,
Bang. Bang.
I mean, that's... At least it's something that's not...
Don't give
I
it...
don't know,
It's annoying. It's annoying and
I
stupid.
don't dislike it. I don't dislike it, to be honest.
Really?
I think it's
I tried to power through.
mildly entertaining.
Oh, she says it constantly. I think that's the problem. It's the fact it's parroted just over and over again, and like out of context. It doesn't even fit half the time. It's like, you complete a wave, cover your brain, I do a device, cover your brain, I go down, cover your brain. It's like, oh, come on, come up with something else, please. Something less moronic, too, would be ideal. God, he's still going, this guy, huh? Could revive Frenzy into him, that'll be fun. That's a grenade. Oh, oh. That was your chance to gel, dude. Yeah, okay. Tech combo. Gotcha. I mean, if it's a guy on his own and you've got no one to throw him at, just use the pull-throw combo, guys. I mean, gets good work done. But if you've got like a group of enemies, you strip the shields of one guy, you pick him up, you chuck him at the group. Happy days. You see, this guy's got nowhere to go. So I'm going to murderize him. God, but this, yeah, the Ascension thing is just too subtle and it gets lost in the chaos that is Mass Effect Andromeda Multiplayer. I would like to see something more with that. Because what was it? You said there's, what effect did you say would be a really good idea for it, Wild?
Oh, the backlash, the damage aftermath kind of effect that happens.
That's right.
Building biotic effect on you. The more your backlash absorbs damage.
Yeah, no, that is a good one. I'd agree. My guy had just picked up disappeared. That was fun. Bang. Jump. Oh, shit to do.
No! I obstacked. I'm invincible now. No! Oh, you cheating piece of shit.
Did you get fiended?
Yeah, I got fiended.
Yeah, okay, so the Fiend, they can't fix him. He's still broken. He still sync kills. He's got to go, I think, BioWare. Why don't you replace him with that Krogan thing that some people saw in one of the Apex missions? I think he's the armor target this faction needs. Because the Fiend's broke, and you don't know how to stop him. Am I correct in that assumption, right? Oh, rise from my grave. Oh, it's good fun. That's just fun mechanics.
The only issue there is netcoding. It's
What's
the
that?
Netcoding, the netcoding that compensates for your lag and everything.
It compensates for the fiends.
Improved.
Because one thing I've definitely noticed, when people are complaining about the fucking fiend just sync killing them through ridiculous things, it's always the guy off host not seeing where the fiend actually is. Because if the host witnesses these bullshit fiend kills, you'll notice that they actually look completely legit from your angle.
Yeah.
But from the player's
Yeah, exactly.
angle, they're a mess. They're an absolute fucking... He will sync kill you through the floors and stuff. And so you obviously can't get the fiend to fit into the netcode. It's basically like Biotic Charge from ME3. It doesn't work. Oh, good dogs.
I mean, what
Oh,
would
that's a
fix it
fiend.
is if they just took away all his sync kill ability whatsoever.
Yeah, he shouldn't be able to sync kill. If they just took away his sync kill and made his attacks actually do a lot of damage, because his attacks are shit. The only reason the fiend's dangerous is because he sync kills you, but make his his attacks really powerful. Maybe all of his attacks could just knock you out. But then I suppose you still got the problem of the fact that he can come through walls and knock you out, but the fact that you could gel after it would go a long way to, like, ease the pain of being fiended.
Mm-hmm.
So we get a singularity on this bitch. There we go.
And, you know, getting killed by a fiend would then be hilarious, because he would be smashed through out the map on Ragdoll and stuff like that, and everybody loves Ragdoll.
Oh,
so.
yeah, everyone's a big fan.
Nice job, Agent.
There we go.
Keep it going.
Hello, E.
You can if you want, Nick. You can suggest more combat banter.
We're done here.
More combat banter. What, do you want to elaborate on that? I thought us moaning about combat was combat banter, but carry on. Oh, good lordy, lordy.
Oh, hello.
I tell you what, one of the most funniest kills I've ever had on a fiend was just throwing a wraith at his head. He wasn't even primed, I just hated the wraith and I hated the fiend. So I put two and two together and they died. That was it's good times. Huh? Oh, he just like fell over. Assuming some control. Oh, I did not mean to do that. My baddie. You moving off? Yeah, you're gone. You are out of here. Where are you? Where are you? I saw you. Lost you. Bang. Out. Bang.
Okay, fuck this.
I see it. Bang. Because I have ascended. I tell you what, a team of Kineticists would just be chaos. Hilarious chaos, but chaos nonetheless. I mean, look at us. We're both fighting to throw one guy at a bunch of other guys here. and what's great is it's working. Oh, that's a fiend, though. Probably want to give him a miss.
Well, you know, if you practice a lot, you can actually stand around and yo-yo with them.
Oh, there you are. Ooh. It's cool
I
too.
have no idea what happened, but it was funny.
Bang.
That's how Apex gets it done. Come on.
Oh, hey, buddy, you want to go with us on the shuttle? Oh, you're too big, man.
Come on, fiend. Come on.
You don't fit in the back seat, man. I'm sorry.
It'd be great if they actually
on this chick.
if they had like an upload scenario. Just for comedy, this is obviously not what I actually want to happen in the game, but if the enemy were in the upload space, at the end of the upload, they would mount the shuttle, and if there was too many enemies, the shuttle would crash. It's like, it's too much! It's too heavy! I'm coming! Black's better than white. You saw it here. Look at the gold. And let's look at a premium pack, which is probably going to have some S weapons. Yeah, I'll show you the build. Bear with me. So, that's a thing. There's the Katana Salty. And the Hesh 7. Alright then. Let's have a look at the build. So, pull. Obviously, because she's an ultra rare, I can't max her out entirely, but here's the working build, and obviously I'll tell you the evolutions I'm planning. I've gone with the radius on pull. This allows you to grab 2 pull targets. I can guarantee you that's what you want. Then you go with the exposed. This is obviously going to make enemies take more damage after they've been pulled, so when you're chucking them to explode, or you're going to throw them because they're floating, they're probably on their way out, so it's good damage. And then for the final evolution, I would have said anti-shields, but after playing with it with the Krogan Gladiator, I don't think this evolution's very good, just because the way it functions, perfectly honest with you. If the enemy's got, like, less than 600 shields and you pull them, it doesn't let you pull them, it just makes you ragdoll them. They just fall over, and that's no good to you in any scenario when it comes to, well, with pull, because pull, you're probably trying to get combos out, or at least have them floating so that they're vulnerable. So definitely get this. Shields restored for 10 seconds. That's definitely going to help a lot with Ascension mode, because obviously if you can keep your shields up, you can stay in Ascension mode. And you're obviously not going to hold enemies for too long, because you probably need them out there somewhere, because you can't run or dodge when you're holding onto a pull target. But those times where you're holding onto it, it's extra shields just to help you along the way. It's definitely going to be more beneficial to you than shield damage. I mean, I really wish this whole thing worked differently. I really wish that enemies you floated gave you shields, so you didn't have to hold on to them. It would give this evolution of pull and pull in general so much more functionality. Because me and Myth had a little debate very recently, actually, about how that would possibly break the Kineticist. Because, you know, if she can just leave enemies suspended in the air and run around just getting her shields, how is she ever going to leave Ascension mode? And she's just going to be an absolute wrecking ball. Now, you could increase, I mean, it's only 10% every 1 second, and I'm pretty sure her powers use up far more than 10% of your shields each time, so I don't think it's game breaking, but I can understand the concern. So I would say you could either increase. If you
get that, then if pull takes up 15%, then it effectively only costs 5%. With, you know, increasing returns.
Yeah, but ignoring taking damage.
Multiple enemies create multiple shield drains. So if you have 2. Yeah,
but you can only pull 2.
You can only. Okay, so then that's 20% shield per second. And since you have no recharge time, you can pull another group of 2 enemies.
Yeah, but does that leave the effect? Do those pull targets stay suspended, or do they fall?
With the biotic drain thing, you can only get 1 lot of 10% shields per second.
Oh, there you go then. So it's kind of already balanced. But I'm saying if it does become an issue, because it's not that Myth's wrong. These are all hypotheticals. But it's like, I think it would be fine as is. But if it turns out it wasn't, there's a simple fix. Either increase the amount of shields used by your powers, or decrease the amount of shields you gain from pull. I think it was just a slight tweak, and because the functionality of that evolution just is crying out to be better. Because holding on to enemies with any other character but this one is pointless for the most part, really. There's very few scenarios, apart from if you're standing on the edge of the map, you can just kind of throw them or punch them off. Other than that, you don't really want to be doing it. So I think if you want that... What's that?
Why do the premium packs give you level 1 or level 2 equipment?
Good
because BioWare.
Effing question. Good effing question. I don't have an answer, but I think they should fix it. You're absolutely right. Level 1 equipment in a premium is just why. Just why, man. But let's finish the build. Throw, I go with the radius, just so I can hit multiple. I can really guarantee my hit with throw there. Then I would go with the recharge speed, although it's not beneficial because these moves are just so quick, and you don't really need throw regenerating faster than pull, but it is beneficial for those armored enemies. Actually, I will take that back, because you can obviously shoot them up with your elemental rounds and then throw them for a combo. You have got Lancer do that too, but I would probably go with recharge speed just for that, honestly, but you can't go wrong here. I mean, if you can prime them with throw, I mean, the priming throw is crazy to try and actually work with, but the fact that you can prime enemies with throw is just good for the team. So it's up to you to decide which one of those matters more for you. I'm going to recommend recharge speed, and then I'm going to definitely recommend you get the combo detonations. For Lance, I'm going to leave that at 1. For a Biotic Ascension, this is a fun one. The only quarrel I have is that all the cool evolutions that you'd actually give a damn about are all at rank 6, and you kind of, all of this kind of just feels like filler. But for rank 4, I went with the power, damage, and force, not because I wanted power, damage, and force, but because I didn't need power, effect, duration. It just don't, because the enemy, if I'm going to float the enemy, I'm going to blow them up instantly, and if I'm going to hold on to the enemy, they're not going anywhere until I throw them. So at least with power, damage, and force, you're getting a little something extra in your actual strategy here. Expose, this is a good evolution. Of course, you do want this. I would still always recommend you get the debuff to all damage rather than just increasing your combos. Even though it is a tidy 50% increase, I still think this is going to work out just for getting your weapon damage and stuff out as well. And then finally, definitely get this one, Efficient Ascension. So this lowers the requirement again. You did get an earlier one at rank 3. This makes sure that you only need 3 kills rather than 6 to get into Ascension mode. It also increases your damage resistance while in Ascension mode, so you're holding onto your shields for much longer. And of course, it reduces the shield cost of your powers. This is something they could tweak for our hypothetical pull situation as well. They could make that so it isn't so awesome. That is almost lowering the shield cost of your powers by, by 50%. Because you just don't need the power, damage, and force, guys. I only took it earlier because it was the best, lesser of two evils. And then for barrier, definitely make sure you got shields. So go with max shields at rank 4. Get I went with this one, so it gives me 40% of my shields whenever I prime an enemy every 5 seconds. Definitely good. I can't, running up to the enemy and meleeing them is probably just going to lose you more shields than it gains you with this character. And then for the last one, I would probably go with the biotic kill one. You can't really guarantee much of a profit from it, but I think it's going to be better for you than anything you're going to get from Lance. Maybe getting the 3 ranks of Lance might be good, so you can fall back on it more often, but I think getting the biotic kill one's going to be better for you when you finish off this chick. But that's the Kineticist. She's a really cool ultra rare. Time for another character. Right, who else have I got tweaked for you? I'm going to save the Human Engineer because Myth and Wild have found some really fucking cool stuff with this guy. So we'll gush over that in a bit. I'm going to show you my tweaked Human Female Engineer for the next gameplay. Sandstorm. We won't do Sandstorm Remnant, we'll do Sandstorm Outlaw. Because I've done Sandstorm Remnant multiple times today. Okay. So the female here is still a sticky grenade build, but I've tweaked it, so it's just a bit more versatile. I definitely need to go get myself some first aid packs, though, I've just noticed. Okay, so
Myth
power.
being cheeky on the chat.
Who's being cheeky on the chat, babe?
Myth.
Oh, well, that's Myth's cheeky everywhere he goes, honestly.
I know. Apparently you're
but
doing
cheeky.
it wrong.
Zero.
What's
scale
that?
just
Bunky,
kinda-
you're doing it wrong. Give me the controller.
Give me the controller.
Yeah, what's that then? You wanna voice that or just work slyly in the shadows with your statements? Come on, speak up,
I have
bitch.
to like back my trolls up. That's just ridiculous.
Oh, I'm sorry, Myth. I thought you could elaborate. I'll accept it as just a basic fucking troll.
If I could elaborate, I would actually elaborate in the in the chat, not in the chat.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Zero Scale asks, what's your favourite character in Mass Effect 3 and what's your favourite character in Andromeda right now?
Favorite character in Mass Effect 3 is the human soldier. Do love my boy. My favorite character in Andromeda right now. Let me have a look at the character list. Give me a second. Let me just put on a sniper rifle amp here. That's a shotgun one. Reed Raff. There we go. Let's have a look. Who have I fallen in love with the most so far?
It's a tough choice. There's actually a couple of.
Yeah, there are some. I mean, I have made complaints. Yeah, I've made plenty of complaints that a lot of these characters are very repetitive. But that's not to say that the original, the OGs, aren't really fun. It's like, I do love the Asari Adept. I think she's a lot of fun. I do like the Human Sentinel. I do like the Asari Sentinel. I do love the Nova Guard in this game, honestly. And I'm gonna, at the moment, it's early days, but I think the Nova Guard's my favorite character right now. I love how Biotic Charge works in Andromeda's engine. I think it's great. I think he's like super fun to play, honestly. I haven't played him for so long because, as you can see, I'm still trying to level up so many people here. But yeah, I would say the Nova Guard is really, really good. I would say the Kineticist is right up there. She's a lot of fun too. But yeah, and right now, Nova Guard's my guy. Did I put on my boosters? Did I get my first aid packs? Who's yours? Everybody speak up.
I'm contemplating between Solarian Architect and sorry, Adept is in that list. Yeah, Krogan Mercenary was a lot of fun, but it's getting boring really, really fast.
That's fair.
But the Turian Havoc Trooper, once you get her up to 20 and you actually make use of all her perks, if you go aerial bombardment build.
Yeah, you got a power build of her, haven't you? I think Wild uses it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flak Cannon and Incinerate. I got 1 point in turbocharge for, instant reloads whenever it's on cooldown.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. I don't use the build personally because there's far too many instances of just being able to do everything with Incinerate in this game. But that's not to say that the build isn't absolutely incredible. What actually annoys me the most about that build is the fact that it actually runs circles around the Krogan Mercenary, just because Incinerate is, I would say, too powerful. I mean, right now I'm bringing you a character that uses two elements that I really would feel should be nerfed, honestly. I'm using the Shadow on this chick now, and I'm using Incinerate, double Incinerate. The damage from these two things are crazy, because Incinerate does just absolutely run circles around Flamer, which is disappointed. It's really disappointing because Flamethrower requires such a greater time and investment than Incinerate does. So the payout should be better, but it's not. You can just quickly just throw a homing Incinerate at somebody and wreck them, whereas you've got to stand there, take some damage, or make sure you've got some crowd control before you can really benefit from using Flamethrower. And Flamethrower needs to be stronger. It really does.
Zero asks if you could make your own multiplayer class, what race and what would they do?
I was a big fan of the Drell and the Geth. They were my boy. As you can tell, I love glass cannons, which is why I like the Asari Adept so much. But if we're going to stick, I'm guessing this is what they're talking about Andromeda, so I'm going to stick with the races we've got. I would like to... That's hard to think on the top of my head. I think my favourite race that is currently in Andromeda right now is... probably Krogan. And that's not to say how they play. I'm just saying Krogan in general are awesome. So I'd like a cool. I'd like to play with more Krogans. And my favorite class is.
I want a Krogan Infiltrator
Vanguard.
with Avenger Strike and the hammer.
Okay, Myth, I think you might have won that one, actually. A Krogan Infiltrator is something I would very much love to see. And if you want to fucking stick a hammer on him, yes, please. Do you know what I would love? Do a nod to Halo, if you like. Give rather than the elites with their energy swords, give me like a Krogan with like an energy sword that's an infiltrator, like some sort of energy fucking hammer. Yes, please. God, I can't find anybody on this map at the moment.
Just 3 hostiles remaining.
Oop. So what I've done to change the female before I was just going for power damage, which is very much the kind of build that Wild and Myth have with their Turian Havoc, where they're just doing crazy damage with the 2 powers they've got. And I was doing that originally with the Human Infiltrator, but I've decided to make her a little bit more versatile. Rather than spec sticky grenades to do armor damage as well, they're now spec to do shield damage. So now, and they spec them for radius too. So what I do is use the sticky grenades for just massive shield stripping crowd control, and I will wreck armored enemies with double incinerate. Here's one now. That's good damage. That's like super fucking good damage. We got some armored enemies here, but I gotta wait for incinerate to get its shit together. Dead. Yeah, look at that.
You Krogan piece of shit.
that's incinerate for you.
I'm gonna add Karma into the chat.
Do you have to? No, I'm joking. Bang.
Can't you handle it? I mean, it's really not that much.
To the party chat.
She likes him for some reason.
I can't.
Oh, yeah, it's a private lobby, isn't it?
That it be.
Yeah. for
Only
that
I
reason,
may give
so-
access. She suggested a player. I didn't even know that was a thing you could do. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's if you want to get a player in. That's.
Well, I
you
figured
can't
it out,
invite
I'll be
because you're
honest.
not the host, then yeah. Hey,
I
hey,
suggest you
host,
invite this guy.
Can
Oh,
I
really?
suggest you throw this guy an invite? Like, who the fuck is that guy?
Who the hell do you think you are?
Look, man, if you wanted a +1, you should have told me so. Too late now.
She's already got one, unfortunately. I'm looking at you, Wild.
Zero asks, what's your opinion on the Asari Huntress?
The Asari Huntress.
Oh my god, she's terrible.
She's
No,
just.
she's not bad. No, she's just
uninspired.
boring and convoluted.
She is so uninspired. It's like I don't know what their plan for her was. We've worked.
There's no reason or rhythm to her powers. It's just two mediocre powers and a grenade stealth bomb.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Stealth Grid. I'm not impressed with fucking. What has she got? Throw and Lance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like. It just feels like a mix mash of the same shit, you know? It's like. I do feel like I'm making the best of a bad situation with the Asari Huntress, but that's not to say that it's not viable or
Jesus,
effective.
look at him running, man. Jesus.
Yeah,
Christ.
these sharpshooters, the speed of this faction is just
He just doesn't wanna
stupid.
die, that's the thing.
Apparently, that was something else that was mentioned in the stream as well, wasn't it, Wild? That they're looking into the behaviour of this faction.
The behaviour of this faction.
It's stupid. It's a stupid behaviour they have.
Where's the target? There he is. She is.
Jesus, he's hard to track. Oh, I did stick you. I couldn't see the sticking. My bad. There was something else I wanted to bring up about the Outlaws. I can't remember what it is now off the top of my head. Like a recent nuisance. I mean, they're a constant nuisance, but it's been a new one.
The fact that they're mostly armoured units.
The dodging.
There we go.
Constant fucking.
Yeah, I mean, all enemies can do it, but no enemies. These guys are like the Geth from ME3. They just have dodge everything, and they're terrible. I hate the fact that enemies can dodge projectiles and attacks when they don't know you're there. It's like if they've got zero aggro on you and then they just like psychically dodge your stuff. I hate that. It's infuriating. It's bad conveyance. It's like as a player, I'm using all these mechanics that give me the jump on an enemy, and then the enemy just goes nope. It's like no, it's really awful. It's jarring as hell. But no, Frenzy's absolutely right. We were one thing we talked about a while ago is just the kind of resistances you're dealing with the Outlaw faction. They're kind of like the Reapers, but without the feel of the Reapers, because they don't chase you down and make a dynamic game style. They move like Cerberus, but they're armored like fucking Reapers, and it's annoying because a lot of the mechanics of the game then just crumble under the fact that you can't do any physics stuff to armored enemies. And we like, which ones did we say that we would rather see become shielded enemies? Like we want the agent
and the pariah.
The agent and the pariah they should probably be shielded enemies rather than armored, because there's too much armor in this faction. It's way too much, and it just. Oh, hello. That's an interesting delivery of a body. I got you, buddy.
Do you think Berserkers should be nerfed?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Of course they do. They shouldn't be able to shoot through cover.
Are you kidding me? Oh, well, you probably are. You are myth, but there's like, yeah, the Berserkers are. Yeah, I'm getting back into it. It's been a long week. Yeah, the Berserkers are they're Dragoons. They're Dragoons, and nobody likes Dragoons. So why they've like reintroduced
they're
Dragoons
with flak cannons.
Yeah. With range. They're Dragoons with range.
Yeah.
I mean, they had range already, but now they've literally got like a weapon they fire. It's not, no, yeah, they definitely fix them. How would you fix them? I don't actually have an issue with their armor because they are kind of like the sub-boss of the faction, but I hate their I hate their constant stagger and the fact that they ignore so many mechanics. What the fuck? That guy just like teleported up. Yeah, no, berserkers are not fun to fight or deal with. So yeah, I would definitely say they need a nerf.
I'd say just longer cooldowns between the flag cannons and his actions.
Yeah,
to allow,
longer cooldowns on their attacks, definitely.
To allow them to get the status effects that you're trying to inflict, because if
the animations is what blocking them.
Animation, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I like it, and I would say that's a pretty elegant buff. Hopefully that pans out. We're just spitballing here, but it seems clever because from what we've noticed, the reason that he just gets away with so much shit is because he's just constantly on the assault, and it just ignores any effects you try to fucking put out in the match. It's infuriating. Honestly, it's super infuriating because he's just stunning you constantly, and there is nothing you can do to return it. And that just gives off the impression of a real unfairness, which kind of brings me back to another point. The Shadow. This weapon is incredible. I'm pretty sure this is top tier now, if not joint with the Vanquisher. It's super, super powerful. And I don't even I have no issue with its damage. I would say it should consume more ammo and be more along the lines of the Collector Sniper Rifle. Because this thing runs circles around everybody else's weapons.
Yeah, I mean, what was the other day when I was playing with my Infiltrator with the Black Widow and some guy was with the Angara Insurgent with the Shadow? I think it was a rank 4 Shadow as well. And I couldn't keep up at all.
Nothing. And I'm sorry, I'll speak up for you if you're not too shy to do it yourself. James can handle himself. James is good at the game, so if he's saying, oh, I'm using one of the strongest weapons in the game and I cannot keep up with this fucking weapon, that weapon's probably doing too much, honestly.
I mean, I love the Shadow. And
yeah, me too. I'm using it, for fuck's sake. But
said that it needs a nerf in our little group of people.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh.
Yeah, I do hate that about you. It's really annoying.
I'm a-coming. I love how you're just, like, cheering us on in your unconscious mess. One more to go! Oh, he did.
Be ready.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Have I got max? No, I don't. I can carry 8 because I'm using a capacity, like, ultra rare, I think. Getting a lot of retrievals today.
Yeah.
Asks if you could bring 3 ME3 classes to Andromeda, ignoring story reasons, who would you bring? Excluding characters.
Dreladept, Geth Infiltrator.
No, I wouldn't bring the Dreladept back. I love the Dreladept and I love the Geth Infiltrator, but
They're too strong.
They're too strong.
Super strong characters.
Yeah, I definitely want to introduce characters that don't just take over the game. It's too easy to go that route. It really is. Who would I love to see? Okay. I wouldn't agree, but okay.
I like lift grenades.
I hated them. I thought they were just they were spammy. They were like the spammiest of grenades. It was the only way to get the most out of them. And I don't like spamming grenades personally.
I'll say the Quarian Infiltrator, the Quarian male Infiltrator, just because he was my favourite character in Mass Effect 3.
I'm trying to think now of the. You know what? Fucking Volus Engineer.
Oh yeah.
Good fun. A lot of it does a lot of good things for the team and himself. Wouldn't mind seeing him come back.
Well, hell, someone with his powers would be good. Just
yeah, you know, bring back Recon Mike.
The Geth
Did you say the Geth Vanguard then? Let's think. God, am I so out of touch? I'm out of touch. I'm trying to remember the Mass Effect 3 characters. And God, that thing was like my life for 5 years.
I say Valkyrie. Oh no, actually we do have a Valkyrie already.
Yeah, we got a Valkyrie.
Necessary. Well, in that case, it's got to be the what's its name? The Paladin. Yeah.
Oh God! God, yes! Oh, where were our brains? The N7 Paladin, yes, please. Yes, powerful as sin, but all for all the right fucking reasons. Apart from Snap Freeze. Snap Freeze was broken as fuck, but we got Cryo Beam now. Give him that. That's totally cool.
yeah.
What they could do, they could just fucking make a character with Cryo Beam, Incinerate, and Energy Drain, and there you go. There's the Paladin.
and give him the Remnant Cryo Gauntlet.
Yeah, the Cryo Gauntlet.
Yeah,
No, you need
Paladin.
to have a shield that you can put down and smack flankers away
I
with
guess
and stuff like
barricade.
that.
But no, I like
not
the shield,
barricade, he
the
needs to
Omni
hold
shield.
it,
I know what you're
the
saying.
actual- yeah, the Omni shield.
Yeah, he was good fun. I like him a lot.
I mean,
bang,
since
bang.
he's getting 3 already repetitive powers in that scenario, then,
Yeah.
having that Omni shield wouldn't be a bad uniqueness.
Yeah, it was something new. Absolutely, bring it back. Trying to think, because I know my favorite DLCs were definitely Earth and Reckoning. So I'm looking at those characters, and I'm thinking, ooh, so who would I have brought back? Because we've got the Fury, we've got. I don't want the Demolisher back. She was the only one of the that DLC that I didn't care for, honestly.
Yeah. Camper build. Camper kit, to be more precise.
Yeah.
I don't want to promote more camping in this bloody game.
And we've got the Slayer.
No.
Let's be real, and we've got the Shadow.
Yeah, we do have the
I think BioWare agrees that Earth DLC was some of their finest work. But really, just for the fucking characters they've reintroduced.
Do you think they should introduce a fourth faction?
Yes.
A fourth faction,
Fourth
yeah,
faction.
absolutely. Variety's key in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Bring back the Koreans on our side, and then bring back the Geth on the other side.
It's like the
Geth.
Koreans decided to bring over the Geth in their arc, and then the Geth went, well, we
Get
don't
the
like this.
fuck out! Do not bring the Geth enemy
Or,
faction back.
Hell, some Geth could have trailed the Korean arc. Like, oh, where are these guys going? We want them
Well,
to-
yeah, well, they planning. When they go in, are so effing special.
They're stealing our plan. Actually, that's a bit of a spoiler for you, but
Yeah. Yeah, it be.
All targets down, everyone standing. Drinks are
You know what? I tell you what. We skipped over it just because we were like going, oh, we got this character, the Awakened Collector. We've got Ascension mode, but we don't have him. I would like to see the Awakened Collector come back, or a character like the Awakened Collector.
Although,
To be,
what would they do to Biotic Sphere, though? Because the recharge speeds in this game are abysmal.
Yeah, it's scary, but I would say
so-
get it right. Is what I would say on that. Is to get it right. Don't do it
To be honest,
stupid.
I-
he's
could
got,
just
ascension,
leave
he's
his-
got Ascension mode, so he can just spam it at that point.
Oh yeah, if he had the new Ascension mode.
They could just leave it the recharge speed as is, because it was already pretty damn...
Yeah, if he just ported over with exactly the same feel,
Oh, fuck's sake.
that would be awesome. And I'm trying to think. God, I'll look at the characters from ME3 after this stream, and I'll be like, oh, why didn't I say you? I just know it. It's gonna be.
Could make a good return.
Ooh, just
Oh my
like
god, yeah, the Biotic Sphere. Awesome. Yeah, that's another one I'd love to see again. Plus Reeve. Great power. So here's the build.
Definitely, yeah. Reeve needs to make a comeback. Warp needs to make a
Don't
comeback.
call it a comeback. I
just-
can't believe they got rid of Warp.
Yeah.
All right then.
Maybe they
So
could-
here
It's
she
like,
is.
they,
The,
it's like they
maybe not.
blinked the bad ending on the power and just like, no, you're out of here.
No, there's too many bad vibes here now. You have to go. All right then. Sticky Grenade is now spec'd for radius, extra capacity, and shields. So this is just for me to throw on my enemy, around my enemy, and just stun and strip shields of all my mooks and stuff like that. Tactical Cloak is built the smart way. Go with the damage, go with the duration, go with the combat cloak. And Incinerate is built for the dot. Then I've gone with the anti-armor. Then I've gone with the double here. And that's going to really, really wreck up any armored enemies you hit it with. Munitions training is going to be full, and there's going to be no health on this character. I'm going to recommend you go with the power damage and extra grenade. Go with the... go with the. I don't know. The reload speed is not going to benefit the shadow, is it? I'm not entirely sure. It might increase the cooldown on it. I'd go with that if that is the case. If not, I guess you could go with this one. And for the final evolution, get the defense debuff. Definitely. Right then, last character is going to be
the Geth engineer. Oh my god, the Geth engineer. I want him so
yeah,
bad.
he was good, but I don't like Overload anymore. I'll be honest with you.
Well, make it energy drain. That's well, then he never dies. Okay, but
No, but something like the Geth engineer with like a healing turret and
yeah.
and crowd control, electrical moves, and a hunter mode. Yeah, I know we got the recon visor, but I'm talking real hunter mode. Something like that would be very tasty and welcome again. Okay, Icebreaker. Who am I playing again? Oh, right, okay. It's got to be done. Icebreaker Remnant.
Oof. Alright.
Did I? No, I probably didn't. Yeah, I do need 2 first aids.
Zero asks, can we have a Geth who uses Remnant tech?
You mean the Solarian Architect? Did you say guest or Geth?
Geth.
Oh, a Geth that uses it. No, I from what I've seen, Geth tech is better than Remnant tech.
Yeah, but that's maybe because we don't fully understand the Remnant tech yet.
Ooh, look at you with your lore excuses.
I shall be back in just a moment.
All right, buddy.
Well, there's a whole campaign that really shows the possibility of Remnant technology. So, you know, if you would play that, then you'd know that Remnant technology is not inferior to the Geth.
All right, all right. I was talking from a completely gameplay perspective, obviously, because I still haven't done the campaign. All I know is that the Geth wreck up shit more than the Remnant do. Whether they're playable or the enemy. Okay then, and we're doing real good for time. We're probably slipping in Apex.
More efficient. That's definitely something they got going for them.
And cool. The Geth are awesome.
Together in one platform and just, you know, being effective is not something that the Remnant can say about themselves.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about that. Let's get bring him in.
Which weapon do I have on? The hash, excellent.
I've tweaked both my human infiltrators, by the way. We'll probably take a look at him, and by him I mean the guy version, in the next stream.
Well, go on.
How do?
So, 5 minutes away, I thought I'd text ahead, make sure I'm on time, and the reply was, it's next Saturday. And, yes.
Zero asks, do you think a biotic Turian would be a good idea? And sorry, he's asking so much.
Don't be afraid, buddy. That's why the chat is here.
It's been done in multiplayer.
It has, yeah. Turian Sentinel.
Cabal was...
And the Cabal.
The Sentinel, yeah.
My favourite character.
Ooh,
you know what? There's a character to bring
yeah.
back the fucking Cabal Vanguard. Thank you for accidentally leading us that way, Zero.
Turian Sentinel.
Yeah, Sentinel.
Well, without bringing back Warp, he's not special.
Yeah, that's true.
No, they probably just end up giving him Lance. Yeah, Lance and Overload.
No, I don't want that. I don't want
And Fortify, yeah.
Yeah, Fortify, Lance, and fucking
Then again,
Overload.
if he has Fortify and Tech Armor, he'd be pretty damn tanky.
Yeah. Slow.
Yeah, but
you've missed the stream for the most part, actually. We're on the final game here, although we got... it looks like we're doing really good for time. We'll probably slip in
I was
Bronze
gonna put in
Apex.
before, but I'd already set off, and then I was on my way back and.
Yeah, it's alright. Nicky's doing a great job here.
Excuses, but your spot has already been filled.
I wasn't gonna take a spot. I was just here to say hello. Be
How do?
be
Oh,
Boone.
hi.
Hi, Myth. I've missed you.
Just say hi to Ronick.
Ronick?
Right.
Oh, my baby!
Yeah. Ronick never misses a show, bro.
Well, we were here in spirit. What's our couple name gonna be? Ponic. No. That's
Ponic.
shit.
Burnick.
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 There we go.
It's like a really bad version of Bernard.
No, it sounds like a really crappy Sonic OC, which I don't know if any of you guys have seen the trailers for the upcoming like 3D Sonic game that's coming out, where they're actually allowing people to make their own Sonic OC. Because Mario made everybody create their own Mario level. Sonic's response was, "Hey, now you can put your Sonic OCs into Sonic." It's going, wow. There's going to be so many happy children about that.
Has there been a patch or
Well,
anything?
Sonic do what
No,
Nintendo
no
don't,
patches.
obviously.
Got you.
Zero asks, if you have 3 problems with each faction, what are they?
Okay, Remnant is Observer.
Observers,
Outlaws is
and
Outlaws, and and the Kett is definitely the Fiend. That's for sure. And to give that more credit, I really don't like the invisibility mechanic of the Destined. I think, as we said earlier, definitely would like to see the enemy drop their invisibility once they start attacking, so they don't just stay invisible and fuck up all the mechanics of the game. And yeah, the Fiend needs to go. Honestly, fix him or get rid of him. He's had his
Needs
chance.
to go or get neutered.
Yeah.
Make the Fiend adorable again, even though it was never adorable.
Get in that Krogan Berserker. He'll take the mantle, I'm sure.
So what is the new map, the extended version? Good? Is it bad? Is it?
It's got
Meh.
good potential, but it's meh. I would say.
It's refreshing.
Something about that map as well. The devs said that they aren't planning on putting it into the regular rotation
Okay,
because of how the
Not.
map works.
that's
Is it gonna be
disappointing.
one of those
But
things where
that's exactly
gonna
what
have it-
makes the map
Awesome, yeah,
quality for the map. Like,
yeah. So it's quite sad that they don't want to add that into the rotation when that's the shining fucking aspect of it.
I bet it's gonna be
and
like. It's gonna
I'm
be,
sorry, I don't see a big upcoming map list anywhere. Like, they don't have a
I
lot of
reckon-
options at the moment.
Yeah.
I reckon what they'll do with it is they just like extend on it each time. Like they'll make a new
What
room
they-
open and close another one.
What they said they're doing is they're basically just, if people like it, they're going to use it more in strike teams and stuff.
In strike teams,
Just
who gives a
that map or
damn?
just extend on them.
Who gives a damn about the strike teams doing it? It's like that's not me
Well,
playing.
I do like the extra money for doing that.
Yeah, that's it though. It's not. There's no gameplay experience there. I can't say that interests me much.
What do you mean there's no gameplay experience? It's
In
it's
strike
an
teams?
extra map that gives you more cash if you play it on gold.
Yeah, but that could be any map. It wouldn't make a damn difference.
True, but you know.
That's what I'm coming from with that. It really makes no difference what map your strike team does. You're not
You know
playing.
you've missed out on that when like people have got all their gold
Well,
weapon
apparently the
backgrounds.
devs are under the impression that the strike teams are like themed challenges, like the old weekend challenges. That
I pay
used to be
zero
a lot
attention to any of
lot
them.
better.
Yeah. I don't even
How do I
read
look at my
the
challenges
write-up.
again?
I don't know. But right, okay. There was something else I wanted to add as well about Ciro's last question. The only thing I hate about the Remnant faction, honestly, is the Observer. And we've talked about how we want to sort the Observer, either decrease its tracking, decrease its range, decrease how many there are, increase its health. One of the above would be really beneficial, I think. But other than that, I don't have a real problem with the Remnant faction. It's just this enemy. And yeah, in the last game we talked about Outlaw and our many problems with Outlaw, so yeah, that's that one.
Stay alert.
But now we're going into wave 2. All right, I thought we're further along enough. But let me talk about what I've done with the human engineer here, or rather what instructions I've taken, because snap freeze, I don't know if they changed it recently or this is just a discovery you guys made, but yeah, it's basically cryo explosion from the last game, but because of the damage that cryo beam can do, you can really get some sweet chains of like of shattering enemies with cryo beam, because if it freezes up an enemy, you kill that enemy, and then that enemy smashes, and then he freezes the next enemy, and then that enemy smashes, and you can just basically have a kill feed full of cryo beam kills. So this is what I've done with the human engineer. I've decided to, rather than make him a power combo build, which honestly the Krogan engineer just does a million times better, I've decided to make him a power build that does this cascading cryo beam stuff, and yeah, it's good. it's really good.
Missed that Welsh accent.
Oop. The problem I've done here is I probably should have used cryo ammo just to ensure that my enemies stay frozen. That would be the better strategy here. I made the mistake of just going with power damage, and I think I put on shields. I think I scared myself by selecting the Remnant. In most scenarios, I would definitely go with the cryo ammo, because this way you can really kind of guarantee that you're going to get that snap freeze evolution to work for you. Obviously, I can still do power combos.
It doesn't work by detonating power combos. It doesn't work.
Yeah, it's not a power combo. That's something you need to understand. You're not doing a power combo. It's basically cryo explosion, the evolution that was in all your snap freeze and cryo blast. I had to stutter and remember what that was called for a second there. It's that evolutions where the frozen enemies shatter and freeze other nearby enemies. And yeah, it's good because the damage behind cryo beam is good.
And it can be buffed with tech boosters and
yeah, there's some really good evolutions here.
that, because it's just a power dash, and on top of that, it's a racial passive. It doesn't actually matter how an enemy is frozen, as long as you kill it without detonating it. You get the snap freeze.
Yeah.
You start the snap freeze.
Are you saying, when you say that, are you saying that you can just like kill them with cryo ammo without ever using cryo beam and it would still count?
Yeah, as long as you got
really?
the freeze evolution, yeah.
Okay, that was something I didn't understand. So yeah,
Also,
there's
there's a Solarian Architect with a cryo gauntlet, and he freezes people, and you kill them. Snap freeze.
does it have to be you that kills them to trigger it though?
Yep.
Right. So, all right then. I didn't even actually really understand this fully. So it's cool because, like Myth said, it's like a passive boost to everything cryo on this character. So yeah, definitely get the cryo ammo on this guy, and just create cascades of snap freezes. It's really awesome.
So is that
I hate how
change with the map?
this is
A long
so
con-
wonky with the nullifier's shield here. It's like you can hit him in the head when he's got that shield up and it will freeze him, and then other times it acts like, no, you're getting blocked, and it's like, we both know that's not true. See that? He got froze there. Bang.
Which is more annoying, Breacher or RD? Is that how you say it?
Breacher. I'd say the Breacher's more annoying because the Breacher moves faster and it can literally just be thrown at you. They're super cheap, and they can go into this explosive mode, which is also fucking irritating because they move faster than most characters can kill, and it's just a guaranteed nuisance. All of those enemies are awful, but the Breacher's probably the most awful.
Okay, there's more
So-
questions.
Okay, Nick.
Is the Black Widow worth it anymore, seeing as the Shadow dominates now?
Against the Shadow, no. But in general, yes. The Shadow, the Black Widow is good on its own right. This is why we're talking about possibly nerfing the Shadow. It's not like we hate the Shadow. It's just that the Shadow makes good weapons obsolete. And as I spoke about in the last stream we did, it's like if you give people the ideal strategy, that's all they're going to use. They're not going to do stuff that makes their life harder unless, they're particularly masochistic. So,
they're me.
Or you, which is, masochistic. So,
I would go with adorable, but okay.
I know you would, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick with masochistic.
Also,
Okay, so-
Sorry.
No.
Do you think this multiplayer should get platinum? Also, how many credits should it give?
if they rewrote Platinum, yes. Platinum was boring.
It better not be, is that if you're referring to should it get ME3's Platinum? No, I never want to see ME3's Platinum again. What a boring fucking enemy allotment. If you want to just give us a higher difficulty, yeah, I'm up for that. I think Gold's at a point, well, even before they gave us the patch that made the game fun, we handled Gold pretty fucking easily, honestly. So yeah, I'm ready for more of a challenge. I just hope that they don't forget what makes the game fun. It isn't the bosses. It's not the bosses, guys. So if you wanna, just
there's actually not enough bosses to mix together to get the ball.
I don't like the idea. Yeah, don't mix up the faction either. I don't. If you're gonna do joint faction battles, that should just be something you can pick for any difficulty and not be locked to platinum. Honestly, if you're gonna do that again.
Like a little
I don't know,
selection
man.
menu,
I
what
do like
enemies
the
you want in the
appeal
game.
of cloaked breachers and cloaked.
Oh yeah, that sounds super fun.
observers.
Cloaked berserkers and
That's
breachers. Yay.
Yeah,
So do you know this new map?
this needs to
Or the
happen.
edit? Did they just add a corridor? Because that's all I'm seeing.
No, keep watching. It keeps going, and this is what we liked about it, honestly.
Info on a new target incoming.
Oh, we don't. Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh.
Stood at
you
the
alright?
end getting shot for ages. I was like, why are they all camping up there? And they extended it, and then like at round 3 it opens up, and now I'm next to a tree.
Yeah, that was
Oh, it's
pretty
cool.
much my first experience with this. They've just added a fucking corridor. Are you serious? And then it's like, oh hello, and then there was another, oh hello. So yeah, and that was so much fun. That was like some of the most fun I've had with the multiplayer in a long time. This is why we'd like to see more dynamic maps.
Nearly through. Get safe.
I forgot to change my weapon, so I'm still using a Mattock from 2 weeks ago.
My shield's
On a
clear.
gold.
Good choice. Oh, I'm out of
I'm not
not bad.
my finger's gonna hurt, you know. It's not a word.
You don't need to masturbate tonight, do you?
No, I think I'm
All right then. You're all right then. Bang.
No enemy targets left in play.
Not my film. So yeah, the Snap Freeze evolution is a passive
That's a
bonus
hole.
to anything cryo on this character. So get the power damage in, get freezing up, create cascadings of frozen dead. It's amazing power damage. It's good crowd control. It's a fun kill feed, and it's different because when I was before the power damage got good in this game, I was kind of forced to just do more power combos with tech powers, which was made him and the Krogan painfully similar. That's not the case now. You can actually have a power build to this character. I recommend you do. Because the Krogan combos are what?
Do you
Sorry,
think
Nick, what's
we
that, babe?
should Introduce mega boss enemies such as an enemy with shields, armor, and health.
Yeah, but I think that would be something that would be really cool for dynamic maps. Oh, I keep thinking I've got ops packs, but I don't.
Neither. I keep using them.
Yeah, if there was like a room that opened up where it was like, oh, here's your target challenge, and then in it there's just this fucking super boss, I'd love that. That'd be great.
I was just gonna say maybe an optional, but then again that'd just make it like,
Oh, what was it?
like kill him, you get more money.
Uh,
But then again, it's timed and stuff in it, so it wouldn't work.
yeah, that would create a lot of issues. If you've got like other people moving the wave along while somebody's doing an optional challenge, it would just get convoluted. I don't know how that would work,
Yeah.
honestly.
To be fair, I just kind of said what came into my head.
Oh my god, I just keep getting
Don't
fucking
you
picked
always?
off by observers.
Not always, because then you'd be filled with more crap than usual.
Wow.
Did you get a sick burn, dude? Bang.
How are you even up here? Go away. Be gentle. I'll be playing 2 weeks.
Because you know the jetpacks that take us everywhere, they got them too.
Yeah, well,
They got better ones. Oh, go away, observers! Oh, man, see? They're just unavoidable. I can't stand that enemy. It's not balanced.
Yeah.
It's not
I
fair.
haven't missed him, I'll tell you that right now.
Also, by the way, Hornet is awesome. What I like about it is it really has... It's got like a Halo BR feel to it, which is, you know, an awesome gun. Who? Oh my god, it's another observer. I had to die. I'm gelling. Jesus.
All targets down. Everyone
Do
standing.
you
Drinks are on me.
think Do you think they should completely change the halberd to be a Cerberus?
Cerberus.
Oh, the Cerberus Harrier. Yeah, that was a that was a gun from the last game.
No.
No, the Harrier was too overpowered. Honestly,
everyone used it if they got it.
Yeah.
That's why I hate it.
it's what I've been saying like all stream. It's like it
needs
was
to
just
be-
the
it needs
ideal
to be
strategy.
this
There was like no
version-
reason to
this
use other
game's
weapons.
version of the saber.
Yeah, I prefer that idea more, and I didn't even like the saber. But
Yeah.
at least it's a different niche. That's what we need. We need niches. We don't need
right back,
just
guys.
the best. All right, babe.
It's because I hated the saber, but I knew it was a good gun.
Mm.
I love the saber, man.
I don't like guns with a
Spent
really
so
slow
many
rate of fire.
hours in London sniping Kett from the stairs, just holding down the entire left side on my own with the saber
Yeah.
and the decoy.
I've never had fun with a gun with that
realise-
rate of fire. I'm actually starting to go off this game's Talon because it feels like it's just getting slower and slower. Oh, good, I got the Avenger S. It's not even
One thing
black. It's shitty brown.
What?
Have you haven't noticed the S weapons? Woo-wee, are you in for a surprise?
I'm confused. What?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you
basically all the
just
common
spoiled
weapons
it,
are back.
Man.
I'm just gonna say yes because you were both speaking at the same time.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I'll leave it
don't tell
vague.
him- don't tell him anything. It's just
I won't.
He'll see it eventually, and then he'll see like what?
What?
Gun is brown.
Should
What?
they
What
remake
in
the Indra?
what? But
The Indra is in
The
the game.
Indra?
It's just
Yeah.
terrible. The thing is, if you've got a rank 10 Raptor and you've got a rank 10 Indra, they are exactly the same gun. The Indra just has a little bit more ammo. That's it.
Yeah.
In every other instance, except damage, because they do the same damage, the Raptor is better.
And what I would say is that that was the main problem here. They had two different guns from ME3, and then they put them in exactly the same niche. They're now both fully automatic sniper rifles. We don't need to. So yeah.
Everyone should be a unique snowflake.
But yeah, here's the build for the new human engineer. Sorry, Nick, I'll get to your question just after this. Cryo Beam is now built for damage. Well, it always was. You don't need the recharge on this thing. This power's got an amazing recharge on it, honestly. Which makes it all the more confusing that Overload is so long. But I'll get to it in a moment. Yeah, go for damage. I went the armor debuff. What you do guys should know, though, there's a secret multiplier in the Radius evolution. If you go with the Radius evolution, it's got a multiplier, a 1.25 multiplier to all health bars, which is awesome, obviously. But I decided probably still going to stick with the armor one because that's an even bigger multiplier, and you can get a shield multiplier in his passive. So that's the way I've gone. If you like the idea of having 25% multiplicative bonus against all enemies, go ahead and get yourself Radius on this. And then, of course, the legendary Snap Freeze evolution is this awesome passive ability that you want for all your cryo needs. Assault Turret I'm not using on this character, so I'm leaving it at 1. Overload, I'm going to be going for the damage. I'm going to be going with... I've changed the way I use Overload now, just because... the time and investment on getting the charge shot just doesn't pay off most of the time, because... it doesn't detonate multiple combos. It can prime multiple combos, but there's like no character in the game that can benefit, at least on their own, that can benefit from priming loads of people with Overload. And so, in that, just due to that, the chain attack is just something I don't care about enough. So I think nowadays I recommend you get the chain at rank 5 and actually get the EMP at rank 6, just so that your basic attack from Overload is stronger. And for offensive tech, this is where stuff gets really good. Get the power damage at rank 4. I went the anti-shields at rank 5. You can stack up on the armor if you want, but this gives you a 1.4 multiplier to all your damage against shields with your powers. And then definitely get the elemental debuff. It's just going to make the enemy take more damage when you use your special abilities on them. And then go for support systems, I went with the Air of Effect here. because you just don't need the duration, honestly. And then I went with the max shields, and finally I went with this one. So when I'm freezing the enemies or zapping the enemies, they're doing less damage to me back, which is the best way you're going to keep this character to survive, because Cryo Beam is basically like your ice flamethrower. You do need to put yourself out there to get it done. It's not like Snap Freeze where it just goes through walls, which I'm not complaining. It's just how it is. Sorry, Nick, what was your question? What was the question, rather?
What are the S weapons is what the question would have been.
Really? I thought it was from the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat. It's Zero Scars asking what the S weapons. Also,
right. Well, you can go to the beginning of the stream. We moaned about them there. You can rewind the stream. The stream will also be viewable after. I don't know if I'll get it up Sunday, but I'll get it up on like Monday, I think, for you guys.
Zero also asked what 3 weapons did you bring from Mass Effect 3, except the super OP weapons, but no.
I would say the Venom. I know it's in the game, but I would like the original Venom to come back.
Just Wraith.
Well,
yeah, the Wraith sweep.
The charge mechanics. Wraith?
No.
No.
It was just kind of it was a good shotgun. That's all I can say.
I wouldn't mind seeing the likes of the Raider. So I'd like to see the Raider come back.
Is that the 2-shot camo?
Yeah.
I love that one.
I wouldn't mind seeing
Acolyte, ADAS, and Arc Pistol.
Acolyte. Yeah, I was just about to say the Acolyte. I would love to see come back. What was another one of my favorites?
Not with the charge mechanics that
yeah,
now in place.
I disagree. I prefer the charge mechanics on it.
No, I mean if they rework the charge mechanics in this game.
Oh, I see the Andromeda charge mechanics. Oh yeah. Fucking fix that first, and then bring in a charge weapon like the Acolyte. That would be fantastic. I wouldn't mind seeing something like the. I suppose we have got it. The way the Falcon works now is like the Aegis. So what I think I want is something like the Falcon, the ME3 Falcon to come back. Really, like a real grenade, because that thing is just like the Aegis now.
No, it's not.
It really is. It's accurate. It goes straight towards the enemy and explodes in their face, whereas the Falcon you had to aim the ammo to bounce at your enemy.
Yeah, okay.
It gave more dynamics. Yeah. It was a new strategy. I like the Falcon. I'd like something like the Falcon from ME3 to be back. You know, as you can tell, guys, I want some niches to come back, and there was a lot of them, honestly. Right, so that should be everything. We have got 15 minutes, so let's slip in a bonus Apex mission. The silver one is no ammo boxes, but everything our stock is at ×8, and the bronze is just low health.
There's still a gold one.
No, we've done it.
There's 2 golds.
I know, but we have 15... No, I don't know if you got time to slip in another gold. I'm just going to do the silver, I think.
Sure we do. Come on. Well, let's blast through this.
Jesus, the Inferno is it the Inferno? The Remnant thing is really overpowered.
I haven't used that yet. You're talking about the Shadow. Yeah, we've been talking about that.
The Destroyer in like 2 seconds. It's like, what?
Who should I bring in? You know, I'm gonna play with this dude.
So is that the Incendiary glitch making a grand return, or what's going on there?
No, it's just the Shadow's OP.
Yeah, the Shadow is just super OP.
Do you know shield boost? What's better, overcharge or extended duration?
Depends on the character, although I always.
Yeah, you guys keep asking me with the evolution names. Just tell me what the bonuses are, and I can help you.
One increases max shield by 100%, which essentially boosts your shields to maximum and then leaves them there.
No, but the description says increases maximum shields of all affected targets for 100% for 3 seconds.
Yeah, it doubles the shields, right? It doesn't actually max your shields.
No. If you've still got those shields at the end of the 3 seconds, you keep them.
Oh, so what about, would increasing the duration of shield restoration not be better though?
I've always used the first one because in theory it sounded great. I used it and it kept me alive, but Myth and Wild have been playing with it and they've said the duration is fantastic. If you go with the duration, by the time shield boost runs out, you can shield boost again. So you've just constantly got your shields regenerating, and that's probably the smarter choice.
I'll go with that. Thank
right, so
you.
let's play.
Outlaws.
Everyone's got all their gold like backgrounds now, and I wanted. But then again,
Then you should have played more.
Yeah, that is
well, I
definitely
couldn't
key.
play, and then I was gone for a week doing things.
I'll just probably be sorry.
It's like as soon as I can play, things get busy. It's annoying.
Easy wizzy, let's get busy. Do I want elemental rounds or yes I do. I think I'm gonna go ahead
How
and
do I get
slap
stealth
on.
grid points? It is impossible.
You can't, it's bugged.
You can't get
Move on.
grid points right now.
Oh, okay.
No, what am I doing? This is silver and I'm putting on my bestest. Let's not do that.
Well, I
don't mind the silver, actually.
Bestest online. Flamethrower.
Alright.
Boom. Bitch.
Get out the way.
Speaking of bestest, we got two Asari Adepts kicking about with a fucking Krogan Gladiator.
The question Zero's just asked is, should they extend the flight duration on Hover for the Havoc Trooper and then give her Havoc Strike? Unfortunately,
I just give a Hover Strike I would say would be the
is,
key fix, but I
people
don't
have
like the
been
hover mechanic.
People have been talking in the BioWare streams. People have been talking about, you know, if you introduce new powers, are you gonna shift around the old characters to include them if it makes sense? The devs have gone and said we can't do that because they have to touch a lot of different areas of the game because of it.
Yeah, it's all hard rooted in now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes, and I'm not surprised. I was surprised that they didn't
the
put
Havoc
Havoc Strike on it
Trooper-
in the first place, considering it is in the game. But yeah, I don't care about giving her a longer hover duration because the hover mechanic isn't particularly viable, honestly. It really isn't.
Yeah, it just makes you more of a target, even with the extra shields and stuff. You just
it makes you more of a target. It makes it harder for you to target. It's just like, nah, I don't feel it. I don't love it. I use it to just cover ground personally and get in some melee
my
damage.
usage is moving around and putting trip mines on nullifiers.
Two Novas.
Yeah, why not? Nova Guard.
Are you the priming
there's a new
Nova or
person
the?
here, so I
No,
don't know how
Nova
to-
Guard.
Oh,
The true
good
Nova
boy.
Guard.
Yeah.
Hi, Lawsy.
Although
118.
I've noticed that I've gone for the Shock Trooper evolution in charge, the one that gives you recharge speed rather than the Bastion one that gives you full shields.
Okay.
I find that with that, I'm never really without charge.
Yeah, Biotic Charge has definitely got a recharge speed that I'm not comfortable with. I would definitely like to see that get smoother. But I suppose the fact that it isn't gives that evolution some viability.
Well, you can pick extra recharge speed in your passive.
That would
Or
probably be
maybe
a
that's
smart
the only
choice
way to do
with
this.
the power combo one. But for this build, considering you Nova melee, I don't think being able to charge so frequently is super beneficial. But definitely for the other Nova Guard, I would say that's a good call. I'll have to practice with that myself.
Oh, I've got the Shadow on. Okay.
You put the shadow on your Vanguard?
I'm using the Equalizer as the main weapon.
Oh, okay. Interesting choice. No wonder you went with the
Give me a
fucking recharge
character to
speed.
play with, guys.
No, I can carry all this shit without any recharge penalty.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, the shadow should probably be fucking heavier, that's for sure.
Shadow is
think
pretty
it-
heavy, but he's
Yeah, but
so
he's got it on his fucking Nova Guard. That's crazy.
Yeah, the Nova Guard
do you know-
can get up to 40 or 50 weight capacity.
Bang.
Do you know
Nice.
Havoc's, no,
Mine.
not Havoc's, Avenger Strike,
Yeah.
recharge speed or bleeding?
Recharge speed.
Yeah. Bleed's good in theory,
the enemy's
but
never alive
recharge
long
speed's good in
enough
practice.
to benefit from the bleeding.
And I'm guessing damage for the other for 5.
What, instead of the stun?
That's 6.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, well, you need to tell me what the other evolution is, otherwise I don't know.
It's Flash Strike or 40% damage, and
Oh,
Flash
yeah,
Strike
yeah,
suppresses
don't bother
enemies
with
near
that.
the target. So
Basically,
yeah, Strike.
Oh, that's the damage reduction one. Yeah, you don't need that.
You're invisible. Why do you need it?
And if when you finish building that power, you'll also have the enemy stunned. So,
Didn't die from 2 novas? What the hell?
did we cancel each other? Did we just divide by 0?
Is the I want the ghost to be as pretty as it is. I want it to be as good as it is pretty.
Don't we all?
On level 10, it's decent actually.
It's not.
Oh, 2 weeks ago you said it was good at level 10, James.
It's alright. It's not good.
I think he's played. I think he's used it against somebody using the shadow, and now he's not feeling the love anymore.
No. It was before, like, everyone was using the shadow.
Oh yeah, it's like I'm suddenly back and everyone's like, ooh, shadow, and I'm just like, I will
the
never use the
shadow
weapon
is
again.
Super OP.
I don't like things that everyone else likes. I have to be.
Yeah, I've only got it on 2 classes.
Yeah, it's fine. I like using the shadow where I feel like what the shadow does really benefits the build. If I know it benefits everybody, but when it particularly benefits somebody, that's when I stick the shadow on them.
Yeah, I've got to have fun with it rather than it.
I've got
helping
it on
everyone.
the Solarian Architect just because A, it makes sense. It's a remnant weapon, and B, I don't want to get close with the remnant with the Architect. So sniper rifle.
You're not playing in my way, playing.
Zero asks, do you think they should introduce tech biotic versions of other abilities such as tech biotic barrier and maybe biotic smoke?
Tech biotic
They should
barrier.
really introduce biotic grenades, but
I don't understand the question
Annihilation
actually.
grenades would be awesome.
Sources say keep
Annihilation grenades, yes. Actually, yeah. If they just put down at like a field of annihilation field wherever they fucking went, that's really cool. I love that idea. That's sick.
what's what in Addy?
See, thinking up new content isn't hard, BioWare. You just need to be,
Get good.
To be your ideas, people.
yeah.
To be fair, they do have a lot of things they've got to deal with before the new ideas.
Yeah, the problem. I think one of the
except
biggest
they
things to hinder
obviously
BioWare,
aren't.
honestly, is getting more money. I bet you. Is that now they got more like investors involved, and now they got to deal with so much shit that just clogs up the creative process. It's the double-edged sword of a successful business in games design. Come here, you speedy mofos.
Shadow's good for situations like this where I can't really leave the area. So
To be fair, it's good for every situation.
Yeah,
well, I mean,
but
on a Vanguard, I
range
wouldn't-
weaponry is good for situations like that, I guess. If you want to
yeah,
generalize.
I'm using Equalizer, which isn't a ranged weapon. Let's be honest.
Okay, Solarian is one of my favourite kind of races, and I still haven't got the Solarian Operator.
enemies
Oh.
down.
Oh, that's a shame because he's fucking good.
Yeah, you're missing out, man.
I know, but I haven't got half the
Oh.
things.
A team of those Solarian operators, everything will just disappear.
How are your gold weapons coming along? You should probably go check your prestige.
Why?
Just do it. Just to give you
you
some
know.
perspective, really.
Right.
See how much he doesn't have the Dan.
Oh, the darn.
Isn't that an N7?
Yeah, it is.
For that
And
weapon.
it deserves to be.
I've
It
got-
really does.
What the fuck? What?
There it is. There it is.
Why the fuck? Well, I'm happy with an Avenger S because I love the Avenger. I like the look of it.
It
but-
sucks. It is basically the Avenger 11 through 20 with more weight and less ammo. I don't understand.
But why?
Yeah, good question.
How uncreative do you have to be to just put an S on the end of it?
God,
Do you know the funny thing
did
is,
we-
they
are
originally
we back
called
in
them
time?
SD weapons,
I feel
and
like.
one of their
Oh,
people
the
came in.
Charger got
look,
an S. I'm
what-
happy with the Charger.
Yeah, all the base weapons got an S version.
Yeah, but
They were
the
originally
Charger wasn't a
SE
base. Oh.
versions of the weapons, but someone came in when they were in development of naming the things and said, "You guys need to change the name of these things."
Right.
And
Have they just
they were
reversed
like,
the colours
"Why?"
on them? It's like, because they're
Yeah.
blacked out, the handle's white,
Well,
the rest of it's
if
black.
you think about a rank 10 weapon, how it would be listed in the.
Oh, are you serious? Is that a real story? Is that real?
Yeah.
Are you serious? Wow. Okay, fair enough. In all fairness, I overlooked it just then as well. I totally overlooked that.
Yeah, but you're not in charge with, you know, creating new weapons and.
Yeah, granted, but all I'm saying is that's a pretty easy thing to overlook. Like, why can't we call it the SE? Because when you get it at rank 10, it's going to say sex.
And we can't have that. We're PG.
Even though there's sex scenes in this game.
Come on.
I know.
There's sex scenes in Mass Effect. That just occurred to me. You can show it, but you can't say it or write it.
Maybe because it's kind of a bit immature.
but it's down to the person who says it. It's not the game saying it.
To be honest,
I don't know, man. Avenger sex is definitely good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, give me some Charger sex, please.
Giggity.
as they're originally going to be. Everyone at the weapons just
Viper
out of-
sex, man.
Viper sex. Oof.
Oh, that's a new fetish.
Oh wow.
Do
Give
you
me
think?
shivers.
Do you think a biotic sniper class would be possible? Not.
Yeah, we talked about that with the
Yeah.
Huntress. Honestly, they just need to change how Lance works. If they made Lance do more damage.
He's not talking about Lance. Maybe an ability for biotic similar to Hunter mode.
Oh.
Just like she can curve the bullet.
It would definitely be more interesting to have something like that than bloody throw.
Do you know what I think? I know this is probably over.
But warp would be ideal. Give her warp and Lance, and then you'd be in business with a real biotic sniper.
I had this like idea the other day. I don't know if it'd actually work in a game, but do you know like a biotic power where it kind of buffs the weapon where it will get headshots for a short amount of time? Like it tracks. Would that work?
Right.
With biotic, like, because biotic-y, powery, I don't know. I just thought it'd be a cool idea.
Run that by me one more time. I didn't follow.
So like a biotic could buff her gun for a short amount of time, where rather than
That sounds like that's a combat power, if I ever heard one.
yeah, no, but how are you gonna space magic headshots?
Well, I think the one thing that biotics have shown over and over again throughout the whole fucking franchise is that they can weaken enemy targets. So just bring back a power like warp and do it. You know, I think that would be the best way to like boost like lance damage, so you can make a real biotic sniper. Even if you're like, I don't know, there's a copyright on fucking warp or something, just make a new power that works like it.
Just 3 hostiles remain.
Debuffing power, because right now the only one we've got is invasion, and it's awesome. It's like, who doesn't love invasion?
Warp SE. We can't get an X there.
Yeah, the X is silent in that scenario.
I love the Falcon. Like, I'm glad I finally used it. I kept not using it, and then I used it.
Yeah, the Falcon's good in this. It's really well. It's good in the last game, but it's kind of better in this game.
Can we have a biotic god?
The Volus, bring him back. I said bring back the
We
engineer.
have a biotic goddess, so.
Yeah, she's fucking special.
Hey, Hydra! I'm gonna ignore you.
No,
Like a true
no,
Krogan.
charge. There you go. Bang.
I still want the Remnant guy. I always forget his name. My favorite character, and I forget his name.
Architect.
Architect. There we go. Like to have some sort of buff to Remnant.
Oh my
weapons
God.
or some sort of
I just got beat up. I just got straight up wrecked then. Oh my god. I just literally had a Krogan ass kicking in. It's like I was a drunk at the club. I'm going to take you out back and we're going to mess you up. Oh, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Would bang again.
Because you went down immediately.
On my knees, baby. Boom. Bang. Boom.
I always forget the Architect has barricade. Pretty much.
That's my build.
Pretty much everybody does.
No, that's my build, because I don't need to do any more with Incinerate, honestly.
Pretty much everybody does.
Yeah,
like to use
everyone
double
takes the
incinerate
easiest
to help
strategy. It's not my... Oh, no!
Well, to be fair, before patch, I used the hardest strategy, trying to get the Remnant VI to work, and I don't want to change it, so...
Yeah, no, it's just... How many times do you need to detonate Incinerate?
Down, everyone standing.
I don't need to do it
well,
again.
My robot does that.
You don't need to.
I've got to
Oh, how many times? All right, then how many times do you need to do damage with Incinerate? It can be done so many times. I think if you want to give something, if you want to do something different with all the characters in the game and or with the game in general, I wouldn't go with the Incinerate build. It is effective, there's no doubt about it.
Character, really.
But I
Which is
mean,
the
you can
worst
switch it up
boss?
to the initial damage instead of armor damage.
Well, then you're just nerfing yourself for no good reason.
It's definitely up there, man.
0
I mean,
asks
oh
for-
yeah, on armored targets you nerf yourself, but not by a whole lot. And on non-armored targets, which there are a shit ton of, you do more damage. So
What's that, Nick? Last question for the stream.
Which is the worst boss?
The worst boss.
Fiend.
It's-
He's cheap.
the Hydra's missile is cheap.
Yeah,
Super
that's what
cheap.
I've kind of said the Fiend because of its teleporting
Yeah, but
bullshit.
With the Hydra's missile, you can
weren't-
just destroy the visor and it's dealable with.
Yeah, but if it weren't for the Fiend's stupid teleporting shit around the map, the Hydra
that
would be
is
the worst
broken.
boss.
But I was
like
in
the
this
Hydra.
in this scenario, I was thinking of the Fiend as like a sub boss, as opposed to the faction's boss,
The Fiend
which is the Ascendant.
faction's boss.
Really,
yeah,
and
the Fiend
Ascendant's the
is
sub
actually
boss, is
higher
it?
than the Ascendant.
Yeah, the
no.
Ascendant spawns in earlier waves, doesn't it?
That is
Yeah.
true, but I just figured because I think that was BioWare just being aware that their Fiend is
Also, the
bullshit. Okay, but
Ascendant is
okay,
not
yeah, the
armored,
Fiend
so-
is a runaway winner as the most bullshit boss in the game. It's one of the most bullshit bosses in any game. So, congratulations, I guess. But anyway, guys, that is the stream. I'm glad you guys were able to join us. Thank you so much for coming out and checking us out. Please give us a like and a comment if you do, and share the love. Let people know what we're doing here so we can all get together and think up ideas for BioWare. Until then, though, guys, it's been beautiful. Let's
I'll
do
be
it
back in
again
2 weeks,
sometime.
Bronick. Love you, baby.
You knob.